Honorable Prime Minister, Excellency the Ambassador of Japan, the UNDP representatives, Honorable Cabinet Ministers, Diplomatic Corps, invited guests, media representatives, good afternoon to you all. It is my privilege to greet you warmly and with sincere appreciation to today's functions. Since this is the very first official engagement with the Honorable Prime Minister has with the Ministry of Women, Children and Poverty Alleviation, I wish to convey my Ministry's deepest gratitude to the Honorable Prime Minister for taking his time out and being with us here for this signing. To His Excellency, the Ambassador of Japan, I extend a very warm welcome to you for your presence to this event. Your Excellency, I thank you sincerely for your noble act of cooperation with the Government of Fiji. To the UNDP representative, Madam, your leadership in this tripartite agreement is a grand gesture of trust and cooperation to complement the Ministry's vision on empowering women, children and the disadvantaged in Fiji. Ladies and gentlemen, my Ministry takes great pride in serving the women, children, senior citizens, the persons living with disabilities all across, and of course the disadvantaged in the nation. We do not have a fixed clientele, and that is why my Ministry is determined to intensify its reach out to the poor and the disadvantaged families in Fiji. And this has led to the idea of establishing mobile units in Fiji. It was during my official visits to the rural and the maritime communities, some of which included Namosi, Kandavu, Talevu and the North, that I was made aware of the challenges faced by communities in these areas while trying to access government services. These visits have given us positive feedbacks on government's programs such as the Poverty Benefit Scheme, the Social Pension Scheme, Expanded Food Voucher Program, Care and Protection Allowance, the Bus Fare Subsidy, the Ministry's Livelihood Programs, Welfare Graduation Program and Child Protection Schemes. Currently, our Ministry is reaching out to more than 35,000 families in Fiji throughout these programs. And the intent is to increase this reach out. And the REACH project will equip the Ministry with resources to expand its network and assistance to many more families in Fiji. This project will offer assistance and hope for the families, build their confidence and provide opportunities for them to equally participate into the social and economic development programs of the Fijian government. Ladies and gentlemen, the implementation of the REACH project by the Ministry in partnership with the Japanese government and UNDP is an evidence of the Fijian government's commitment to turn its promises into reality for all Fijians through an integrated developmental approach. The idea was created with great intent to increase the Ministry's reach out with the communities in rural areas. And therein, following my further discussions with UNDP, the project further took shape to this official signing today that will lead to the successful implementation of the REACH project, which has transpired within a span of less than 5 months. On behalf of the Fijian government, I would like to thank the government of Japan and likewise the people of Japan for materializing our proposal. The assistance of US 2.48 million, close to 5 million Fijian dollars, comes in support to strengthen the cohesiveness of building a better Fiji for all. The realm of the assistance is practically with 3 mobile buses. In ensuring to improve the clientele to the vulnerable in the society, these 3 buses will provide a one-stop shop service for all, including social service, justice and good governance for many rural families in Fiji. The willingness to stage the support in Fiji is a milestone in achieving greater opportunities and targets and aligns the government's commitment in relation to Fiji's constitution that ensures every Fijian of the right to access to information and services. The generous support is a conduit to bridge the gap between the government agencies and the communities, in particularly the vulnerable sectors in Fiji with regards to quality service delivery. On this note, I can assure the Government of Japan and UNDP of the Ministry of Women, Children and Poverty Alleviation's strong commitment to pursue the REACH project. Thank you and welcome once again.
Thank you, the Minister of Women, Children and Poverty Alleviation, Your Excellency, the Ambassador of Japan, Your Excellencies and other members of the Diplomatic Corps, the resident representative of the United Nations Development Program and UN Resident Coordinator, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. And a very good afternoon to you all. I'm delighted to be here this afternoon to say a few words at the signing ceremony for an important initiative between the Fiji government, the government of Japan, and of course the United Nations Development Program. The initiative, of course, is to improve the position of the Fijian people and their access to social services, justice, and gender equality. We are all grateful for any initiative that improves the position of Fijians who are disadvantaged or require special assistance. So I want to warmly thank the government and the people of Japan for the $2.7 million they have provided for this initiative, which will be administered by the UNDP in partnership with my government. We regard the Japanese people as friends of long standing, and while we have been through some challenging times in recent years in our government-to-government relationships, that is all behind us now. And I look forward to traveling to Japan next month for the Pacific Alliance Leaders Meeting, otherwise known as the Palm Summit, in which Japan and the Pacific Island nations will gather to strengthen our relations even further. For Fiji's part, we intend to work closely with Japan on all our aspects of our bilateral relationship, and I especially look forward to my discussions with the Japanese ambassador, His Excellency Mr. Shinzo Abe. Ladies and gentlemen, the project we are launching today is designed to enhance the opportunities of Fijians living in our nation's urban, rural, and maritime areas. It is called the REACH program, as you will have heard, and means exactly that, reaching out to boost the rights, empowerment, and cohesion for rural and urban Fijians. Its philosophy, of course, mirrors that of the Fijian Constitution, one of social cohesion, social inclusion, justice, transparency, and accountable governance. It's about boosting access by disadvantaged Fijians to legal and local social services, no matter who they are or where they live. And it complements and reinforces my government's existing programs to ensure that every Fijian gets the same opportunities. We are building capacity with this initiative, hand in hand with the Japanese government and UNDP, to ensure that more Fijians have the same access to those rights and privileges that form the centerpiece of any progressive nation. And as I've said many times before, my government is committed to building a nation in which every Fijian has equal opportunity to lead fulfilling lives, earn a decent income, and to receive the services any government has a responsibility to provide, whether it is access to education, to adequate health facilities, and all of the things that are now enshrined in our Bill of Rights, the centerpiece of our Constitution and Supreme Law. As a developing country, our aspirations to improve the lives of our people cannot always be met from our own resources. So we are grateful to all of our development partners, in this case Japan, for the assistance you are giving us to improve the lives of every Fijian. On behalf of the nation, I want to say Voreqe and to assure the Japanese people that working with the UNDP, we will ensure that the generosity goes to those who need it most. I'm especially pleased to see the emphasis in this program on gender equality and gender equality, because empowering our women and giving them the opportunity to build better lives for themselves and their families is a cause particularly dear to my own heart. And I thank you again for this initiative and the opportunity to be with you here today and to launch it. I wish you all the very best as our international partners work with the Ministry of Women, Children and Poverty Alleviation to implement it. Voreqe, and I thank you.
Document between the Fijian government and the United Nations Development Program, the REACH program.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Your Excellency.
Thank you.